Hey guys, welcome back. So in our last lecture, we have seen how to book an appointment in a future date. Like it's a calendar, it's a booking calendar. So in our example, we saw that's like select on January 2025, January 2025, and the date was 20. So it was our last exercise, to select a future date in a booking calendar. So in this lecture, we're going to complete rest of the exercise in this booking form, like a time slot as well as the form. Then we'll click on submit, and then after that we'll confirm that we received this kind of message like your booking is received, and we'll confirm it soon. Thanks, man. Many thanks. Okay, so this message will confirm. So to do this here, we're going to start over here from the time slot in this exercise. So time slot, just to let you know, you can see it is a static drop down. If you click on this arrow, you can see this is a static value. So it is a static drop down, and we know that if you have a static drop down, to select any value from the static option, we're going to use a select class. Okay, so let's go back to our Eclipse. So here is the last class we did the exercise calendar test, and here everything. So this is the URL, and this we did a select a future month, we did a select a future year, and then we ran a year while loop until let's change this one. It was January, it should be January. uh, it should be January and 2025. Okay, and then date was 20. Okay, and after we select this the future date in 2025 in January month, now we're going to start to automate the rest of the part. The first things we're going to do, you know well, if we go here, so this is a time slot. Okay, so in the time slot we have to where we have to use the select class since it has a drop down value. So we have to spy first this box first. Let's spy it, inspect it, and then you can see we have a over here there is an ID. Yes, we can use this one. Let's use the selectors hub. You can see there's an XPath, so it's using an ID. That's fine. So let's copy this one, go back to there. So what you're going to do, well, we'll click on static drop down. Okay, or select or click on a static drop down. Okay, yes, for the time slot, right? So we'll say driver dot find element by dot xpath. What's the value of the xpath? The value of the xpath, this, right? And then let's put this one in a variable. No, so it is a, I will say, time slot, right? Time slot. So time slot, and let's wave element. So return type. Okay, import the package. That's good. And after that, you know um, what are you going to do? So we have to, so this is the locator for this the parent, this box. Then we have to click. If we click, then the drop down option will open, right? So we have to click. So let's click on there. So this is the locator for this parent box. So let's click on there, use the click method. Pretty good. So click is done. Next, we're going to select one of the option, like from 1 to 2 p.m. Okay, to do this, as I said, since it's a drop down option from the static, it's a static value, so we're going to use a select class. So create an object of select class, select. So create an object of select class so that you can use one of the method inside the select class, which is like select by value, select by index, whatever you want. You can use any one of them to select one of the option, right? So select return type. Okay, hover mouse, input the package. So here still it's saying that you have to pass argument, which is the wave element. What wave element? What is the, this is the actual locator or wave element that's going to be work on this for this select class, right? So this is the variable, right? So pass this variable as an web element. Okay, and after that we're going to say, let's go to see over here. If we say select 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., that's our time we want to select. Let's see where is the value over here. 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., right? Here you can say 10 p.m., 11 to, here is the 1 p.m., right? 1 p.m. And here you can see there is an attribute is called value. There is attribute is called value because all of them has the same, like the tag is option tag, and there is a value attribute, and this is the value of this is the real value for the value attribute, and this is the text, right? The format is same for all different options. So where there is a method, so let's get the value. So this is the one for value attributes we're going to use, and this is the value of this value attribute is from 13 to, okay. So there is a method in select class is called, so we can call any method using object reference. It's a select, it's select by value. Select by value, you can see, you can use any of them. Select by index, you can use index, for those drop down option, you can use select by value. So when you use the select by value, so we can use the attribute, the value, the value of the value attribute, right? And it's a return of a string, and there is a visible text. Even we can use a visible text, it's up to you. I'm going to use select by value. Okay, so what would be the select by value? So the value of the value attribute, it is the, this is the value of the value attribute, which is the 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., right? This should select it. And after that, what happens, so when you select one, it's click up there, and then we click, and then sometimes it takes a little bit time to select it. So it's a better, we can pass a, once thread dot slips, probably thread dot slip, thread dot slips. Let's put give a 4 seconds, 4000 milliseconds. You can try with the less, and you can see, uh, if you say it takes a little bit longer time, you can increase later on. So it's up to you. Okay, thread by thread dot slips. Now this should select, it should selected, 1 to 2 p.m., right? So we can verify this one using is display method. So in this locator, now this should be selected. So we can use, we can say this is this locator, in this locator, is that selected, or is displaying 1 to 2. So we can use the is display method over here. See this out. We can say, you know let's use this, in this locator should be is displayed. We can apply is displayed method, right? So it means it should return us true. Now it should return it, because if this works, if it's selected, so in this locator, this time should be selected. And then if it's selected, so in this locator, when you say use this is display method, is display method, check the previous is selected by value, it's selected by index visible. So that the code. And if it's actual really selected, then it will or displayed, so it will tell you true. Otherwise, it will tell you false. So this way we can confirm that, this is this element or this option bin, whether it's selected or not. Okay, so that's that. Click on static drop down and select your time frame. Now next is we're going to fill out our booking form. Fill out booking form. This should be very straightforward. So so after this, we'll fill out our booking form. So name, so spy. So you can see name, it's over here. We have a type, text, and name, parameter attribute as an ID. So if there is an ID, we can easily select CSS selectors. So you can see there's a CSS selectors, right? ID we can easily use since CSS selectors, right? So we'll say driver dot find element by dot CSS selectors, right? CSS selectors, and then oh, by dot css selectors, And then what's the value? The value should be, since it's an ID, right? So it should include hash, and then this is the value of the ID, right? If you use CSS selectors, right? And then this is the locator for the first name. And then we're going to give a send keys, and we'll pass the actual name. What would be the name? Say example, Shariful. It's up to you, whatever the name you give. So I'm giving my name, first name Shariful. Okay, that should be. And then next one should be for the last name, right? So last name should be very straightforward. This is the last name. So you can see again the last name also, there is a ID. You can see there is an ID too. So I can use again the same code over here. So it will just change the value of the CSS selectors. Let's get back again. So what's the change? ID. This is the value of the ID. Okay, so let's put this is the value of the ID, and then send case. Let's give a name, the last name, uh you know uh whatever you say, Shareful, I just I'll put the initial name. Okay, and then what's the next is must email address. Okay, let's inspect it. So email address, there is an ID again over here. um let's see, let's make a, this time we can make a XPath easily. There is an ID using the ID, or XPath should be, you can see XPath. And then we'll say driver dot find element by dot XPath. And what's the value of the XPath? This is the value of the XPath. Then we'll put a send keys, and we'll pass the email address, right? So example, test at the red codenbox.com. Okay, whatever, this is just a dummy email address. And after that, what's the next? Phone number, it's an optional, so I will ignore that one, this one, and details. Inspect the details. Okay, so details here, I can see there is an ID again. You can use CSS selectors, ID. Yes, so we can use CSS selectors again, or we can use whatever is, it's up totally up to you. Um, let's use ID. Yes, let's use ID again. Copy this, go there, and we'll say driver dot find element by dot XPath. Okay, and then sorry, not XPath, I will use CSS selectors. I will use CSS selectors, XPath not dot CSS selectors, right? CSS selectors, and then this is the value of the CSS selector. Just include the hash, right? Okay, include the hash. And then I will pass the send case again, send case, and then I will give it type something, whatever you want. Hello, this is my example. This is the details. Hello, this is my details for booking test. Okay, nice. And then after that, we'll click on send, right? Inspect it. The send button over here. You can see there is a tag is a button, and then the type is button. I think so. We can use this button, this tag, and then use this type. You can see over here. Yes, again, CSS selectors. That's fine. Let's copy this. Make sure you check over here too. Sometimes it will doubt. So okay, it's selecting the send button, right? Okay. So we'll use again this time driver dot find element by dot what's the XPath, right? XPath. This is the value of the XPath, right? Yes. No, this is not XPath. This is CSS selectors, right? Dot CSS selectors. CSS selectors. Okay, you see this like the syntax of CSS selectors, right? Your tag name and attribute equals to value, and, and then you will click up there. So since this is the button, right, we'll click up there. It should click, and after it's click, you know, let's go. After it's click on send, it should give us a, some confirmation like your booking is received, we'll confirm it soon, many thanks, and also your details. So how we can confirm that this message has been, we can display, or we can see this message, so we can easily you know get this message, this one, and then we can compare like our expected message, like we're expecting this message, right? So let's inspect this one. Let's inspect this one. Your booking it's received. Okay, this is the HTML code, right? This is the HTML code. I would say I can use again our XPath. I believe easily we can use XPath, right? Let's use, there is a class here. I can see there is a class attribute. There's a class attribute, right? And there's a div. Yes, easily we can use this one, double slash class. I can see, okay, here I can see let's use the uh, class attribute. Yes, so let's copy this one just to double check to make sure. Okay, yes, it's selecting this message, so we can use this this attribute is a class expert, right? Go back to here. What we're going to do, we're going to say booking confirmation, right? This is booking confirmation. So we'll say driver dot find element by dot xpath. What's the xpath? This is the xpath, and then we'll get the text. Okay, so this will give us this. So this is the locator for that message, like confirmation message. So let's grab the text, get the text, get text, right? Get text and puts in a variable. Say, I will say what's the variable would be. Let's give a b confirmation, right? B confirmation, and then it will give you a string. Since the get text method returned the string, so it's a string, right? So now we can compare our expected, right? So we're expecting in this message, so we can compare whatever we get this, this string, we can compare with our expected message. So we can say if this b confirmation, so this variable, whatever the message we get from this locator, um, contains, so we can say contains, because I don't want to compare the whole, it's a long message, so I will compare partial. Contains, say what would be the contains, so let me go there. So let's contains, little part, partial, so many things. Okay, if this locator contains many things, then we can say sys out, we can say, booking received, say confirmed booking received. Okay, confirm booking received. Else we'll say if it doesn't match, then we can say, let's pass another statement. We'll say booking did not receive. We'll say booking did not receive. Did not receive. Did not receive. Did not receive. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And after that, you can just use the driver.close. Driver.quit. Okay, driver.quit. But in this case, I'm going to put this driver.quit on comment so that I can see the execution. Okay, here one thing. So after we click on the submission or send button, this is the click on send button, so it will open another new page where it will show the confirmation message. So here it's better, let's put a red dot sleep. Let's put a one wait, because it might take a little bit few seconds time, say 5 seconds time, to load the new page with the message confirmation. Just, just to in case. Save it. Let's run it. So in this case, it's going to be run everything. So again, it will select the calendar future month, so which is the, you can say January, and the year would be 2025, and the date would be 20. And then after that, it will select the our time slot from the drop down option. It will fill up all the booking form, and it will click on the send, and then it will test the confirmation. So everything, so it's an end to end, the booking calendar confirmation testing, you can see. Okay, it's invoke the browser. Okay, January, you can say January 20. Here is a 20 already selected, so here is, okay, great. So we see this, the booking confirmations, the message. So let's go back to our, over here, here we go. You can see it's a true is comes from where, from here. So we're expecting in this line, after it select the 1 to 2 p.m, it's supposed to display in this locator, right? In this locator, in time slot locator, so it's displayed. So we're expecting true. This is the true. And then you can see also it's confirmed booking received. So it means, from this booking confirmation here, it's we see this if else condition. So it's matches, so whatever the text we get from this locator, and that variable at this locator have a message contains many thanks, it means it's confirmed that message. Okay, and that's why it's printed confirm booking received, confirm booking received, right? So that's the pretty much, the way how we can do the automate not only the calendar but also the booking form too. Okay.